Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode here of AirgunwebTV. It looks like we've got Angie with us already. Hi there, Angie. I hope you are doing well, and obviously it's super good to have you here. Before we get started and jumping right into our topics today, excuse me, and I'm actually glad Angie's here because I think she'll be able to contribute to our topic, which is air guns just for fun. I mean, if we if you've ever done air guns for work, you know that sometimes they're not fun. But we're going to be talking about air guns that are great just for fun. So really, that's our topic today. And I know Angie is certainly one that likes to get out and have fun with her air guns. So just a few, guidelines, rules, whatever. Any topics pretty much open. If you guys want to jump, ask questions, we'll do the best to answer them. Keep it civil. Politics and all that kind of stuff, leave that out. But if it's about air guns and you have questions, we'll do our very best to answer them. So that's basically what we're going to be doing today. It seems to be that Tuesday nights, a great lead-in is usually the video that I release the day before. So we're actually going to start right with that. Yesterday, if you haven't seen the video, we did a video on the SIG Rattler Canebrake. And if you've watched some of my other videos on the SIG products, they're very cool. They're like one-to-one. They seem very well built, but I've struggled with the usability on those guns in the past, most specifically with the trigger pull. I've found it to be something where it makes me really almost just not want to shoot the gun. But that's maybe subjective and not objective in some regards. I mean, it can be. I've got an AR. Personally, I have ARs that have really horrible trigger pulls. So, it's. I kind of just throw it out there. It is what it is. I was very pleased to find, and I don't know how this translates to their other air guns. I haven't shot the other SIG line, any of the other offerings from SIG in a good long time. So it's been probably over a year or so, maybe 2 years to CO2. And the Vectis had a really pretty, well, frankly, horrible trigger pull, one that makes me not want to shoot it. But this one they seem to have, whatever they've done, they seem to have cracked the nut. Now, one of the things I noticed, and I mentioned this in the video, is that in my previous shooting, I thought that the trigger pull was pure double action. In other words, you're moving the hammer and rotating the belt, the mag at the same time. Maybe I was wrong on that. I would have to go back and pull one and just really see if I have that wrong. But now it seems like the CO2 is definitely internally cocking the hammer, which then all the trigger is rotating that belt and releasing the hammer, which, I mean, trigger pull 4 to 6 pounds, very reliable. And if you've watched the video from yesterday, you can see that I had absolutely no problems just ripping the mag on steel targets. It was actually a lot of fun, which gets us to our topic today. So if any of you guys have questions, first of all, just jump in. Hi, Dave. Glad you're here. King Breakborough, glad you're here as well. We got a little bit of a slow start tonight, looks like, with our viewers, but we'll see how we go. And if we run out of things to talk about in half an hour, we'll just quit. We don't always have to go for an hour. But I would like people to let me know what their favorite airgun is from a just having fun perspective. And let's kind of make some qualifiers here. So a just fun airgun is an airgun that isn't, it doesn't have like this. It's not a bench rest gun. It's not designed to shoot 150 yards or take game. Maybe your fun airgun is a game gun too. But I'd be curious as to what you guys would classify as just a fun airgun. I think this SIG that I just reviewed is a great example of an airgun that is just very, very fun. You've got a 30-round magazine. You've got CO2 for days. I mean, we hit 240 shots, 210 certainly on at full power, and then it starts to sort of fade off at the end there. But man, what a great fun gun for the backyard. So what do you guys think are fun guns? Angie, I know you're here. Let me know if there's something out there that you really like. I know that you've done some pistol shooting, and as far as pistol guns, there are some that I say have what's called the more fun switch. I think the Beretta 92, that's the semi-automatic and full automatic, is certainly one of those pistols that falls in the more fun and certainly air guns for fun category. But I'm curious as to what you guys think. The only other thing, let's talk about while people think about those things. I'll talk just briefly about Airgun Pro Shop. We've got a backlog of repair work, and I apologize for that we don't have it done yet. I was in the hospital for a while, and I've been recovering, and that is all going very well, just so everybody knows. Thank you for your prayers and everything in the midst of all this, your patience too. Thank you so much. On top of that, we had some storms come through, and they just absolutely destroyed our repair shop in the sense of just dust, just wreaked havoc. There was, unfortunately, a couple windows were open when this happened, and it just trashed the shop twice. And so we just finished getting all that cleaned up, and we should be able to jump back into our repair work. I've got the place cleaned up. My daughter worked quite hard as well, getting it all neatened up and tidied and stuff, and I've already started doing some repair work yesterday. I was out a lot of today, and so tomorrow we're going to be back down at the range, and I've got some video work to do and some repair work to do, so we're getting back into that. One of the guns I think is a gun for fun is the gun I reviewed last week, which is the Barra 1100Z. I know Angie's working on it 177. I've worked on it 177. I've got another video coming out of my sort of extended use of the gun where we get into more accuracy and really all right, David, good on that, David. I'll get to that in a second. So I've got my follow-up to that my review of the 1100Z. I've got that coming up, so that's going to be I think you guys will enjoy that. I did receive the 22 caliber, and I want to just briefly let you guys know that the 177, great backyard plinking gun, especially drop the moderator on it. Man, is it super quiet. I think you guys will really appreciate just how quiet it is with the suppressor on it. But it did sort of top out accuracy-wise for me at about 30, 35 yards in that range. I really wouldn't want to take it too much beyond that. I think it's not going to be a 50-yard gun. Of course, it's 177 as well. So not really, not a long-range gun. I did get the 22 in, and I had a little bit of time yesterday before weather rolled in. They sent it to me in that camo. I think, Angie, maybe you can tell me what the camo is. I forgot the name of it, but it's like this gray and brown and white camo. It looks really, really nice. I'd like to say that I think the camo makes it shoot better. It doesn't, but it sure looks nice. Ben, I'll get your question in just a moment. Anyway, the 22 out of the box, I have not cronied it. I just had a few minutes. I threw a scope on it, and when I saw it was taking fragments of rock at 50 yards, I said, let me put up a target. And I put the target up, and even though the wind was starting to pick up, because we've had some horrific rain here in the last couple of days, I think this is going to be a better than 1 inch, or at least a 1 inch gun at 50. And this, we're talking about, well, the black version is less than $300. If it can do an inch at 50 and 22, that's going to be a shooting son of a gun. So I'm very excited to see how this gun works out. Excuse me, how this gun works out. I haven't played with the hammer spring or anything. I just did a little shooting. So my hope is tomorrow to actually shoot my first video of that gun. So maybe I can share some more with you guys next week. Also, a little housekeeping. Next week, I plan to be here. The week after, I will not be. I'm going out of town. I have the Gammo I have the Daisy National, excuse me, in Rogers. So I'm going to be heading out there to film and hang out with all the different teams from all over the country that are going to come compete in Daisy's BB gun competition. These are teams that have won in their various divisions and states, and these are the best of the best shooters. And I saw some incredible shooters last time I was there, so I'm very excited to go and do that again. So I will not be back in time to do the show the week of the 4th, but I should be back the week after. I'll be able to tell you guys all about it. So let's look at some of the comments we got here. Dave Farrow is telling me he loves shooting the Caden 22. Yeah, he got that from me, and that is a great gun. In fact, Dave, I like that gun so much. I actually, when I saw some available through my dealer account, I picked some up and they have them in the pro shop. So they are just such a great little air gun. I really do like it. I haven't shot the Crown, but I bet you that is a sweet shooting gun. I think a fun gun for me probably is going to be something like my Air Arms Tactical or my Red Wolf. In fact, I've been enjoying that Brocock so much. The little short fold 'em up gun. Did a video of that, came out last week too. That little gun's just super fun to shoot. Backyard plinking, just really, really nice. But it got me thinking that I really need to get my Red Wolf out. And I think I've got some videos that I'm going to be doing. Thank you, Angie. It's Veil Camo is the one for the Barra gun. I think probably coming up for the next several months, I'm going to be working with my Red Wolf. It's not the high power, it's not the long barrel, it's the red laminate. And I'm excited to just relax, go down, have fun with just a really exquisite air gun. It's expensive. I understand it's not something everybody will ever, be able to afford, but it is something that I was very blessed to be able to pick up when Airguns of Arizona were out here, or they were out here for Airgun Expo. I just bought it off the back of the truck because I didn't want it to go home. Didn't want it to go home with them. So for me, I'm going to really enjoy, I think, that. There's some other folks here that are throwing out some things that they really liked and have been just fun air guns. Angie's got the Beeman 1358. That's a little underlever bullpup. The Beeman, gosh, it's under $300. Super nice little air gun. Really, really nice. She's got the Benjamin Woods Walker. That is a very fun gun as well. Somebody asked me recently, they were asking about a Woods Walker, what's comparable. And what's comparable is really the Brocock I've been shooting, the little Brocock Ranger. It's a whole lot more money, and it is built a whole lot better than the Benjamin Woods Walker. But, I mean, it's compact, lightweight, foldable, goes in the backpack. It's actually more compact folded size. You can actually get that in a backpack very easily. I think you'd have trouble with the Woods Walker, even with the stock off, you may have trouble. David's saying he really likes the Crown. It keeps him challenged, or keeps him entertained, changing calibers out. And that is a cool gun, a cool way to use an air gun. I've got the Ibex Flex. I haven't been able to get back to that yet. And that's my name, by the way. The Ibex Flex is one where it comes with every barrel from 22 to 50. And I'm going to be doing some more work with that. So, Steve, don't say that. I'm going to get to that in a second, because that is going to be, I think those that get one are probably going to have the same impression. It's going to be fun as hell as an air gun. Ben's asking if we tried any slugs in the Gauntlet 2. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I've shot the 25. No, in fact, I've got a 25. What happened? Let me tell you what happened. I had a 22 Gauntlet 2. The 25 that I had actually to send back to Umarex because it was a loaner. They needed it for something, and they didn't in the country. I do have a 25 thanks to Daniel, actually. Well, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. I apologize. Still when I sneeze, my chest hurts like a son of a gun, even though they say it's all healed up. just hurt. So I probably looked funny there, but I'm trying to hold myself together. Anyway, Daniel, we did a little bit of trading and exchanging, and part of the whole deal was I managed to get a gauntlet. So I have a gauntlet 25 still in the box, haven't taken it out yet, and so that's why I haven't tested slugs. But I'll tell you, Angie has a 25 gauntlet 2, and I believe she is going to be doing some grip tests for us. So if you subscribe over to the Gateway Airguns review channel, or Gateway to Airguns website, sorry, my nose itches. Please be sure to join the YouTube channel. The links are in the video description, and catch what Angie's doing. They air first there, and then I do, and I don't know how long I'll be doing this, but I do rebroadcast them or republish them on AirgunWeb just so that people know about Gateway to Airguns and what the work Angie's doing. But eventually, they'll be just on the GTA website, the GTA channel. Okay, let's see here. There we go. Steve's saying the Barra 400E is a blast. I know it's a stupid BB gun, but it's still a blast. Look, if you enjoy it, it ain't stupid. And I'm very much looking forward to giving that thing a try. Why somebody hasn't in the past come up with this solution to make a BB gun like an airsoft gun where you have a motor that's actuating a system to make enough pressure to send something down the barrel. They've been doing it with airsoft. Why haven't they been doing it with steel? Well, it's probably a bit of more of a challenge, but it sounds like they got it licked if it's doing what they're saying velocity-wise. Sure, a lot easier to charge up a battery than it is to go have to buy CO2 all the time or fill it PCP. So I'm pretty excited to see what they're able to do. Not only for that, see what the next thing they might be able to do with it. Can you imagine a battery-powered pellet gun shooting 177s or something? Wouldn't that be cool? Anyway, maybe they'll be able to do it. So back onto the topic of air guns just for fun. You guys have mentioned a few. I'll throw out a few more that I've enjoyed. Crossman had was there AK1? Is that right? Let me pull it up. Sorry, my nose itches so bad, guys. I don't know what to do about it. Pull this up. Yeah, here it is. This gun is a lot of fun, and it looks very plasticky and sort of, but it is legitly properly heavy and shoots really, really well. I'm going to be doing a video not a video, excuse me. I'm going to be doing an article for Airgun Depot on this. I got to pull it out of the Connex because this is a really fun air gun. Let's see. Slugs in the Avenger 22. I have not shot slugs in my Avenger 22. They should shoot well. I don't know. Part of my issue is I really didn't have a lot of 22 cal slugs. H&N did send me a bunch of 25 cal slugs, which I'm going to be going through. Now that I can sort of get back to the bench and full schedule and everything, I hope to be doing some more of that. My first project's going to be the G2, the Gauntlet 2, both in 22, 25. I really want to do a video of the 22, 25, and 30. Just kind of do a quick series of those because they are really, really nice guns. Excellent, really nice guns. Ben, is there a way to tone down the power of the Gauntlet 2? Ben, you and I have had the same, we have the same question. I don't know. You used to be able to do some with the Gauntlet to adjust the power list a little bit, but with the G2, they've really just turned it up to 11. I've had the same issue with pellets flying too fast. I wish they had detuned the 22 a little bit. I've spoken to them about it. They actually have been able to get some really decent accuracy, even with it cranked up to 11, and done pretty well, excuse me, have done pretty well with it at 50 yards, and I think they're inclined to leave it just turned up so that those that want to have max power can do so without a problem. So that's just the short and long of that one. I don't know of a way to detune it other than modifying the regulator or changing out the hammer spring might work. You can certainly change out the hammer spring. But as far as easily doing it, like turning a screw or something, I don't know of a way to do it. Probably have to modify the gun to get it tuned down a little bit. But I would imagine that changing the hammer spring out would get you where you wanted to be. Anyway, Angie's saying slugs shoot great the 25 Avenger, and that would make sense because the Avenger and the Origin are made by the same company. So they probably have the same barrel, and if it shoots one great in one, it probably shoots great in the other. So kind of cool. Nightwolf saying my fun gun is the MCX Steel Strike. Any of those full auto BB guns, gosh, they are so much fun, aren't they? At least I think they're fun. I've got the Crossman DPMS too. I got that from David. Thank you, David. I was just thinking I gotta pull that out and do a video with that. Maybe set up some either run the Excite BBs that flatten out. Have you guys? By the way, do they still sell them? Before I talk about them, let me see. Yes, they do. Check it out. All right. For fun, for if you want to have fun, right? Up here. There we go. These are copper-coated lead BBs. So, as a tip, just as a thing, generally speaking, I never use copper-coated steel BBs ever. I don't care where they come from. Most of the time, they are Crossman BBs. I will not use them in my guns. Just take a look at them under magnifying glass. And unless they've changed, they are horrific. They're pitted. They're different sizes. They're all over the map. And within a day, I'm exaggerating, within a very short period of time, they tend to rust and they will just trash your gun. So I don't use copper-coated steel BBs. Doesn't matter the brand. I do use zinc-plated. Those seem to do a lot better. The black oxidized, like the ones that MCX sell, forgot the name of them, but they're black. Black diamond BBs or whatever they are. Those seem to do pretty good, although I've had those rust as well. So the zinc ones are really my favorite. The Daisy premium BBs are my go-to. Now, if you want to shoot your BB gun at hard targets like steel targets and you don't want the ricochet problem, these are very, very, very cool. These are lead BBs, but they actually flatten out on impact. So if you shoot them through your BB gun, when they hit, they flatten. And I've done some videos with these in slow motion. It's really cool to watch them flatten out and drop so they don't bounce back. You don't get the ricochet. So if you want to take your BB fun to the next level and shoot like steel targets or, set up a little course and do some tactical training or whatever, these things are super nice. You also have the Dust Devils, which are the other end. They're super light and they're frangible. But either way, if you want to shoot, let me show you the Dust Devils too. Yeah, so these guys here, these are frangible. So they hit and explode. They're not super accurate. They are lighter and they're great for steel targets when you're not concerned about accuracy per se. You want to hit a plate, they'll do that, no problem. But they're not for you're not going to target shoot with these as far as accuracy on paper. But they are a lot of fun and they're not meant for that. They're a lot of fun on hitting hard targets and then they explode on impact, or just the frangible, they turn to dust. So very, very cool. Those two options, if you want to have more fun with your airgun, BB guns per se, and you want to shoot steel targets or something safely, both of those are a great option. Let's see what else we got. Diana Chaser Carbine. David, very good option. Yeah, that's a very inexpensive, super fun gun for sure. Hey, Bob. No, it's a very valid and legitimate question. I haven't done anything yet. My hope is this week to get down there and actually do a video of the unit and fill a couple bottles, get some testing done. I've got to run my 240 generator to run the thing is the issue. So I got to get my ranch foreman to come down and help me, because I'm technically not supposed to be crawling up under there and lifting generators out and filling them with gas. And They tend to frown on me for doing such things. So I need a little help. But once I get that done, hopefully in the next little bit we'll be able to talk about that. And maybe by next week I should have some answers for you. I'll have a video. Once I have the video for sure, we'll be able to talk about it. So yeah, I apologize for the delay. Uh, we're going to get that sorted out. So Romeo's saying the G2 can be detuned with the Hajimoto kit. Yeah, I mean Haji's a great guy to go to if you want to do something with Gauntlet, the G1 or G2, then Haji's probably your guy. So out of the box without buying a new kit, I don't know of a way to detune it other than, like I said, get a different hammer spring or something. Steve's saying you've had those lead BBs jam up in magazines. That's probably true if you have a heavy spring mag, or if you have a mag that has a lot of tension, they could deform. They are soft lead, so you probably. I haven't had them jam for me, but it's not like I shoot them every day either. So, but anyway, so keep that in mind for sure. Gamma lead BBs, they're really designed to shoot in pellet guns. For those that don't know, a steel BB and is smaller than 177. They're actually they're smaller. I don't know the exact size, but they are smaller. So a steel BB is smaller than a lead BB. So if you go to run lead shot, like 177 lead shot in your BB gun, it may not cycle. It may not even come out the barrel. You may jam it up in there. So something to consider there. Umrex, Angie's saying that Umrex 1022 is fun, pretty accurate. Fun. That is a fun gun. Actually, mine was in the shop, got all filthy, dirty, dusty. I pulled it down, got it cleaned up, and I'm thinking, there's another gun I got to go out and do some shooting with because it deserves some time, deserves some trigger time. Yeah, very, very cool. Let's see. Yeah, okay, thanks. Thought about using the flash, but that was Nightwolf talking about the lead BBs. I have not found lead shot to be very useful in small bore guns, just generally speaking. I have found round ball in like 35, 45, and 50 to be really good, and say Evanex or any of the Korean guns seem to shoot those really well. But as far as small bore 177 22, and I have not tried 25 cal round ball in some of the Korean guns, but I've not had good success with 177 or 22 round ball in pellet guns. They have not seemed to do well for me. That's it. Hey there, Bob. Good to have you up here. We are sitting at about 7 o'clock here, and it's been a bit of a slow night viewer wise. Not a big deal. I'm not here to, count the viewer count, and here to hang out with my airgun friends. So, but it does look like summertime. Maybe people are out enjoying the evening or something. It's normally we have a lot more people watching. So, anyway, if there's anything else, oh, Bruce. Okay, so Bruce is saying, love the facts, not fluff. What's your thoughts on the GX2 battery compressor? I cannot express how much I love that doggone thing. I use it nearly all the time. It's my go-to. I take it out to the range. My range here doesn't have power, so it's battery or generator or a bottle, and I just take it, I have tables set up underneath my cover, and when I'm going to go change a target out or whatever, I set my gun up in the stand and I let that little thing fill it. I don't fill guns to 4,500 often. I'm usually filling to 250 bar. So it's not like I'm pushing it real hard. So I'm not filling to 300 bar a lot or anything like that. I mostly fill to 250. And it does very, very well. And I have been shooting guns like the 1100Z, the Gammo Arrow. I've been shooting a lot of guns that don't have really big cylinders. So I haven't been pushing it real hard. And so I don't know how it would do, like if you had a 480 bottle that you're filling up several times a day or something at the range. I don't know how it would do with that. But for me, it's been working really well. So, and I know other people have that same compressor and have reported some really good success with it too. So I really like the doggone thing. I think for all the portable compressors, I wish they would do a version 2 that gave you the ability to run powered or battery and maybe have the batteries charged while plugged in. Something like that would be kind of cool. But anyway, I think it's just a great device. It's been working really well for me. I've had no problems with it at all. Let's see. Um, Steve says summertime equals CO2 time. I completely agree. I bought a box of 500 12-gram cartridges, so I'm going to be shooting some CO2 this summer for sure. It's been really hot here. We've had rain the last couple days, which has been a wonderful reprieve for us. But whether it gets to where I can go doing some more shooting, I've got the AK-1, I've got the DPMS, I've got, I might pull out, so nobody said this. Um, what about like the QB78? That is the QB78 Deluxe. It's what, 100 and some change for a really nice CO2 rifle, like the 22 caliber. You can even hunt small game with that. I mean, close in small stuff. Man, what a great gun. That's a really fun gun. QB78 is a real sweet gun. Let's see. Bruce is saying, I purchased some air guns after reviews. I love everyone. They were exactly what you said. Keep up the great work. Bruce, thank you so much. It is my intent to bring you guys, and I've said it from the beginning, real world reviews, realistic, what you can expect if you buy this thing to get out of it, and without trying to make it more than it is. That is my hope, and that's what I'll keep doing as long as they'll let me. And when they don't want me to do that anymore, then maybe it'll be time for me to retire. But my hope is to keep doing exactly what you're talking about, as long as they'll let me do it. So, um, let's see. Um, hey there, Gary. Good to have you up here, man. I hope you're doing well. No, you and I had some health issues right at the same time. I hope you're doing well there, buddy. Um, let's see. It's a little after 7. I know Gary just got up here. Um, Gary's been working with the DAR Gen 3. I actually need to reach out to them. I'm hoping to get with them this week because I think we're going to be doing some more work with them on the GTA and getting their guns, the newer guns, into the review cycle. So hopefully it's working well for you. I really like the DAR that I was shooting, and hopefully it'll the Gen 3 will be that much better. Good. I'm glad you're feeling better, Gary. I am also. It's been 8 weeks for me since surgery, and I am extraordinarily pleased and blessed to just be even sitting here in this chair, given what the doctors told me and everything. Um, the hand of God having grace and mercy on me to let me stay here and keep breathing. It was certainly, yeah. I mean, that's why I'm still here. Period. Anyway, good. I'm glad you're loving the Gen 3. That's very cool. I'm looking to get one. I don't have one. I've got the Gen 2, I guess. Now, my Gen 2 shot really well. And the other guns I've got to get back to because it's been hey there, Mark. I'm not quite sure I understand your comment other than it sounds like you're having firing issues with your DPMS. Uh, um, DMPS, I don't know what that is. If it's the Crossman one, um, I don't know. Maybe I've got my acronyms wrong because I haven't looked at it in a while. Anyway, yeah, if it's not working, definitely reach out to them. Anyway, the other guns I want to get back to are the JTS guns. So I've got the, excuse me, yes, am I have all my names right? Yes, forgive me. The Aracuda and the Aracuda Max. I want to get back to those. We kind of looked at them quickly because we expected them to be available, and then they weren't available, and so we're looking at late August now. Hopefully they're here. and I want to get back and do a little work with it because I've got the 25 cal and the Elite, and that is, I think, going to be a really, really nice shooting air gun for the money. So I'm excited about that. So I've got a lot of stuff on my plate. I actually could use a little help getting out here and doing a bunch more work. Maybe Brian will be able to take some time away from fighting fires and come back out and do a little work with me again because it was nice having him here. Or maybe I could get Angie to come out. We can do, I don't know, maybe do 15 or 20 videos together and just knock the rest of the year out. What do you think, Angie? Anyway, that would be kind of fun. I'd like that. Let's see here. What else is going on here? Thank you, Romeo Alpha Foxtrot. Thank you for those kind words. Yeah, I'm doing great. Definitely noticeable difference. So it's pretty awesome to be 8 weeks out of something that just opens you up like a wide open, and then be just back into it just is amazing. So it's very, very pleased. So, yeah, no, that's a good gun right there. The Air Javelin. Angie's been shooting the Javelin Pro. And I need to get one. I sent mine to her so she could get some video work done while I was sort of sidelined. So she was shooting the Javelin and the Saber, and really, really cool air guns. A PCP version of the Javelin is certainly something I think would be super awesome. So I'd like to get my hands on one. That'll be a lot of fun for sure. Angie's agreeing with you. I've not, Bruce. I haven't shot the Cat Dragon. You know, I talked with them many, many times, and we've had some conversations back and forth. I've offered to review their guns for them, and even send mine in to have them, do a retrofit or whatever. And it just never made the connection. Um, maybe one day we'll get to it. I think that being able to take the Dragon Claw and turn it into the hammer, essentially, power wise, is pretty stinking cool. So you can get 500 foot pounds out of a Dragon Claw or better, I think. That's awesome. So I haven't shot one. I want to shoot one, but that I'm sure that'll play out over time. Let's see here. Yeah, Air Saber is awesome, Angelo. Very, very, very cool. Good to hear it, Tactical Jackalope. That's a very interesting name for sure. Yeah, may it stay that way, like Angie's saying. Well, guys, I think we're gonna call it an early night. Next week, I was hoping to get to the range and do some more work. Last week, I didn't get a chance to, so I don't have a lot of new stuff other than the SIG that I was talking about earlier. This summer, get out, have fun, shoot some air guns, just get out and enjoy the sport. Sometimes we as enthusiasts can take things a little seriously, maybe sometimes too seriously. And I think it's important to remember why we got into air guns in the first place. And that was just, for me, it was to just have fun. And there's a lot of very cool, affordable air guns out there that are about fun. So find the fun in your air gunning here over the next, few months here in the summer months, and just go enjoy it. And hey, if you want to take things super serious, do that too. But don't forget to have fun and enjoy the sport that is just a really, really cool sport. Guys, that's going to be it for now. I want to say thank you to all of my sponsors. As I mentioned last week, this show isn't technically sponsored. I do it just because I enjoy getting up here and talking and shooting the breeze with you guys. If that ever changes, I'll be sure to let you guys know. But I do have a stable of great sponsors in general that allow me to do this kind of work. Today, I showed you a bunch of stuff from Pyramid Air. They've been with me since 2009. So you start doing the math. That's a long time. And I've been super tickled to have them as part of the main core of sponsors. And, we have from them, we have Air Arms, we have Umarex, Gammo, Daisy, Evanex to an extent. You've got JSB Pellets, H&N. We have so many different players. Hawk Scopes, gosh, I almost forgot them. That would have been bad. ATN Optics. We have so many different people that just pitch in and make it so that I can come up here and do this, do the videos that I want to do, how I want to do them. And I think that's awesome. To not have that hard agenda that makes you have to make it do this. I just don't have that, which is great because then I just get to come out and be real with you guys. And I kind of wasn't able to do that for some time. Was real, but it was real with a script in a sense. I was kind of asked to look at certain things in a certain way, and boy, I'm much happier back to this, doing things just the way I want to do them, how I want to do them, when I want to do them, and I think that sort of genuineness about, and gosh, for me, it's what makes it fun. And when it stops being fun and it becomes work, I think you guys certainly probably can tell the difference. So I much prefer having fun and doing this as fun versus having it constantly be a work and a time clock I got to go punch. So anyway, enough of that. Thank you to all my sponsors that allow me to do what I'm doing and have allowed me to just say to them, guys, I got to do things different. Umrex too. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot Umrex. Allow me to do things differently. Thank you. And you guys watching, thank you so much. I've had some really nice comments hit some videos lately. I will tell you that sometimes you see so many negative things despite your best efforts to do bring quality information that's real, and there's always somebody that's got some, comment that is armchair quarterbacking, and it can get a little discouraging. I mean, I've been doing this long enough, so I've got pretty thick skin, but it is nice to get some nice comments too. And Heath put one up there, which was really, really nice. So thank you very much. He's a viewer. He watches everything and comments nearly on every video. So I appreciate that, those words of encouragement from you guys here, as well as Heath up here. He came up here. I appreciate that very much, and it definitely helps me want to get out and get on the bench tomorrow and bring you guys some more airgun content. So guys, that's going to be it. I'm done for the night. I'm going to call it an early night. Going to hang out with my little one and probably play some video games. Very serious stuff. Very, very serious stuff. So guys, that's going to be it for now. My name's Rick here with AirgunWeb. Please join me next week. Remember, we're skipping the Tuesday after, that would be the 5th. The Tuesday after the 4th, we're going to skip that one. And hopefully I'll be back the week after. Guys, that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching.